This is Robert Payton bringing you the truest interpretation of the book of Revelation. Today we're discussing the rapture. There's not one rapture. There's not one resurrection. There's a total of 4 resurrections. We find the 4 resurrections in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 23. But I'm going to start with 15:20. 1 Corinthians 15:20. Reading from the Complete Jewish Bible, a better translation of the Bible. Verse 20, but the fact is that the Messiah has been raised from the dead, the first fruits of those who have died. He was the first resurrected, the first raptured. Okay, understand that. Verse 21, for since death came through a man, also the resurrection of the dead has come through a man. Jesus paid the price so that we may be resurrected. Verse 22, for just as in connection with Adam all die. Since Adam sinned, every man has to die. They didn't even know what death was. Never heard the word before Adam sinned 6,000 years ago. So in connection with the Messiah, all will be made alive. Everyone who accepts Christ will be made alive. Verse 23, but each in his own order, which means we're not going all at the same time. Okay? The first one, the Messiah is the first fruits. Each in his own order. The Messiah is the first fruits. He's the number one, the first resurrected. He is our first fruits. He was the first one raptured, like I said. Then those who belong to the Messiah. This is the second group of holy people from Matthew chapter 27, verses 51 through 54. And you can find this in every Bible, but it's never preached. Okay? And we're going to read that real quick. At the moment that the curtain of the temple was ripped in two from top to bottom, and there was an earthquake with rocks splitting apart. Also, this is verse 52. This is at Christ's death. But it says also, which is later, also the graves were opened. That's past tense. And the bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. It sounds like the rapture, but it's a resurrection, and it's the second resurrection. Okay? And after Yeshua rose, that's Jesus Christ in this Bible, they came out of the graves. The holy people came out of the graves and went into the holy city, where many people saw them. They got up out of their graves, were resurrected, just like it says in the book of Ezekiel. Flesh, bone, everything come together. Souls were put into their bodies, and they went into the holy city. That's Jerusalem. Verse 54, when the Roman officer and those with him who were keeping watch over Yeshua saw the earthquake and what was happening, they were awestruck and said, he really was a son of God. This isn't the movies where the man is looking up at Jesus and quotes, he really was the son of God. No, he witnessed events. He witnessed Christ being resurrected. He witnessed hundreds of thousands of people coming out of the graves, their bodies being restored and coming alive and going into the holy city, Jerusalem. Then he said, he really was the Son of God. Back to 1 Corinthians 15:24. I'm sorry, 15:23. But each in his own order, the Messiah was the first fruits, and those who belong to the Messiah, that's the second group we just covered, at the time of his coming. This is an in-depth teaching at the time of his coming. And you can find it in my free ebook, Revelations of Grace and Mercy. We'll get that to the end. Then the culmination. This is the fourth group. When he hands over the kingdom to God the Father, after having put an end to every rulership, yes, to every authority and power. At the very end, there will be the last group of resurrected people, and it is only then, at the fourth resurrected group of people, that everyone receives their immortal bodies. They didn't receive them in the second resurrection. We're not going to receive them in the third, if it's this generation. But only in the fourth, and that's after everything has been done, put away, finished. You can find all these details and more regarding the resurrections in my free ebook, Revelations of Grace and Mercy. It's the truest interpretation of the book of Revelation. It can be downloaded for free at smashwords.com. Again, it's for free at smashwords.com. revelations of grace and mercy. Also in this book, you'll find there's no 7-year tribulation, no Antichrist coming for us, and no global nuclear Armageddon, and no one world government. That can be all explained in other teachings.